Hi, Sagittarius. So I just did a reading for you and I stopped and had dinner and I just went to rewatch it and I was watching it and I noticed I was like just really just like with the Pisces reading, but in a different way. I was having a hard time like fully pulling out your message. But now that I've stopped, a lot more has come through and I kept revealing like the boobs on this one card. So I felt like it was probably going to be better that I refilm this. So, yeah, and I found a lot of connections between this reading and Pisces, but only afterwards. And I didn't say it in your reading. So we're going to kind of clarify some of the connections that I saw. Okay, so the card that I pulled for you is the Three of Wands card. This represents my Kali card. So we'll get back to that. And on the bottom of the deck, I need to be mindful about covering her up because I kept forgetting and she kept peeking through. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's such a beautiful card. I just want to be mindful that, okay. So, and also I've been doing something fun this week where I've brought Yu-Gi-Oh cards into the mix, and I've been using this energy right here as the energy that I need to harness for you guys, for your reading. Like, what kind of monster energy do I need to be in for you guys? And I got the Toon Alligator. And he's so cute. Which is interesting because I feel like we have maybe a couple serious messages possibly coming out. We're gonna see. But we have this, like, he kind of looks like an inner child, but like he looks mischievous and he's holding an axe. And the cartoon that I actually got in the last reading was that of Luis from The Princess and the Frog, and about like me being your sidekick in some way, like with this. So we're going to try to do that. Oh yeah, and this was on the bottom, which I'm an Aquarius and it reminds me of Aquarius. So yeah. And this card, the card on the bottom of the deck always has something to do with the reading, and it has had different connections like in the Scorpio and in the Pisces reading, but I completely left her out of your reading. I completely forgot about her. So we're gonna see what so obviously I needed to do another reading, so we're gonna see what her part in this is and what the interplay between these two are. Like in the Scorpio reading, the card on the bottom of the deck was a bad guy. And then in the Pisces reading, we discovered that it was them. And then in this reading, like, I'm an Aquarius, so, we're just gonna see, like, what this is. So, I'm in this, like, childlike alligator energy. And then I also pulled out with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I took out the spell and the trap cards, and we're going to use this as an energy that we harness for you. So, for the highest timeline of Sagittarius, what do they need to know right now? What do they need to harness? For Sagittarius's highest timeline, what do they need to harness right now? Sagittarius. Okay. Just fully shuffle it. Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm not... Okay. On the bottom of that, we have the dark hole. Okay. It feels like something heavy might be coming through. And I felt like I wanted to exercise discernment with this. It can be like, some of these cards can be a little frightening, but I'm going to read them in a way. Right here, I'm going to protect you. So I'll show you later if it feels right, but we're going to kind of keep this a little bit of a mystery for you. And I'm going to read accordingly, okay? So let's see. Okay. And in the first reading, I actually only got 2 messages, and it was production and TED Talk. Producing a TED Talk. Like, I don't know what else like could come out of that. So we played around with that, but I went ahead and put those messages back in because, you know, I went to go eat and everything. And so I decided to go ahead and get you a couple more messages with the other ones in mind. And we got some like interesting, completely different messages. So we got Robot Army, the red flag is ... the Truman Show, and then Louisiana, which goes right back to this energy. Louise, they were in Louisiana in the Princess and the Frog. So yeah, and how am I going to bring this energy through for you? We're gonna bring it through. I'm just gonna let it kind of cook. Okay, so Robot Army sounds like what it is. Just an army of like so iRobot. Let's think of it like iRobot. iRobot. And maybe I've thought about this like before. I'm sure you have with the evolving times, like with AI growing and like robots and everything. But I also did just recently watch Bicentennial Man, which is about a robot, but becoming like a human, as human as a robot could possibly get. And maybe that might be some of the alchemy there. So we're gonna see. Okay, then we have the red flag is ... the Truman Show. So maybe this might be important for you in some way. But the Truman Show, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I remember it was about this guy who was being filmed most of his life without his awareness. So maybe you have a fear around that. Maybe you're just recognizing AI a little more. We have this dark hole. Dark hole. This is energy that you are utilizing right now. The dark hole. Reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. We just had that message come through for Libra last week. Alice in Wonderland. Dropping down the hole. Maybe there's some like chaos going on or something, and it might be just helpful to kind of maybe watch a few like kids movies or something. Like we have the Princess and the Frog energy with Louisiana here, so that might be like a helpful movie for you to watch right now. Or even just go on YouTube and watch like some clips. Like you always have the ability to have access to things. Even if you don't own like a whole movie, you can watch clips and kind of, you know, and maybe that just might be helpful in some way, kind of dropping down the hole. Because we kind of have like we have a card here that it's clarifying, and it kind of seems a little unnerving. I want to exercise discernment though, because I'm in this little like kind of sidekick energy for you. Like being like have you seen on Instagram that one clip with the little the brother who's like comforting his little brother, and he's just like making him feel better? That's what's coming through right now. So I don't want to like upset you. I'm just saying that there's like solutions that you can find, and yeah, it sounds kind of like it just sounds like a fun energy to kind of escape into, maybe. Okay. So with this Wheel of Fortune, gonna cover her up fully, nothing peeking through. Such a beautiful energy. Just like knowing how to navigate through the storms, or whatever is kind of going on in your life. She's just navigating, and she's doing it blindfolded. And we were getting the message about letting the body guide you right now, because the body remembers your story better than your mind does. Like, your body has had the first-hand experience of your entire life, the full force of the experience of your life. Your nervous system holds the memory of all of your experiences. And so she's just blindfolded here, and it's just reminding me, I have a book called The Primal Scream, and that might be helpful for you right now. I think it came through Aquarius's reading. Oh, and I have this Aquarius energy here. Okay, yeah, it came through Aquarius's reading last week. How to work through trauma. And actually, when I was in the middle of talking to them, my book, The Primal Scream, just fell. It's been sitting up there on my bookcase with my other books, and it just like fell out of nowhere. And it's about understanding your psychology and how your body, it's kind of like the other book, The Body Keeps the Score. Your body is very intelligent. And I think we like, I just feel like we overlook our body's intelligence sometimes. I know I do. And it's just kind of like allowing the body to guide you, allowing your body to feel how you feel in situations. Like, feel the full impact of a situation with your body, not with your mind. And I know, like, even as like me in my late teens, even my early 20s, my body was like numb to the world. Like, I processed everything through my mind. And I had a very, very difficult connection with my body, and I didn't let my body feel everything out. And it just, something feels very, very important, because we also have Robot Army here, which is such a strange message to get here. It almost feels like a numbing, like you're just maybe numb. It feels numbing in some way, and maybe just reawakening this, because right here, she has this like lotus, or this like rose right here. And her, you could even say this is her root chakra. We have this red energy right here, which is what reminds me of Kali. It's what I associate with my my Kali energy, this card. And last week, you guys had a message about processing rage in some way and like really learning how to alchemize with rage. And Kali energy is the best energy to do that, in my opinion. Like doing like some kind of like Kali embodiment. Back in my late 20s, I used to do this Kali embodiment workshop. I believe it was with Rewilding for Women. And you don't have to be a woman. You can do this. Anyone can do this. That sounds so helpful for you right now. I'm not sure what's going on in your life, but it seemed like some difficult energy was like creeping in to the reading, and I see some difficult energy right here. But I have also this like really playful energy here for you guys. Like this really fun, playful energy here. And going down into Wonderland in some way. Like maybe just... there's like this duality here between like this really intense, like kind of painful energy, and then this other like really playful and fun energy. Learning how to navigate. You know, also, I was trying to think of like other movies that you could watch, because usually in my readings, I associate a lot of these different dynamics with movies, like movie scenes. And I was having a hard time like bringing up like movie scenes for your reading. But Beauty and the Beast kind of came through. I know this kind of looks a little more like a lotus, but that was another movie I was thinking about. Like if we're thinking about kids movies, like this playful like toon energy. Yeah, it feels like that will help you feel safe right now. And maybe like looking up the primal scream. I think that's going to help you. It helps with understanding regression and your psychology and understanding how your memories, like they don't go away. Like pain doesn't go away. It becomes repressed, and you have to get that out of your body. And that's like a lot of what leads to neurosis, is when you don't process that. And so just with this Kali energy, and after you guys getting that message about rage last week, that's what this looks like. I think that would be very helpful if you're not already doing that, to look up. I'm not sure if they're still on YouTube. This was years ago when I used to kind of work with this, but Rewilding for Women was what their page was. And Kali, the Kali archetype. They should have several videos. So that just seems very helpful, and they kind of walk you through how to embody it. And let them guide you. In the last video, I gave a couple examples, but I'm going to let you, or let them help you. Yeah. So then we have the red flag is ... The Truman Show. Which the only thing that reminds me of is like Truman waking up and realizing everything isn't as it seems. That his life has been a lie in some way. That everyone, they're just like characters like in a play, which also came through for the Aquarius reading last week. Not in the same way that it's coming through right now, but that had something to do with their dreams that they were having. Not everything is as it seems, but he woke up and realized the truth, and he found his liberation. He found his freedom from all that, from the dome, like the bubble world he was in. Let me get some guidance if I should show this to you now. I feel like, should I show that to them? Basically, it's up to me. It's the Three of Pentacles. Sounds like it's like just like, I feel like this is, it's like protecting you in a way. Like, I don't want it to be frightening. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, it just looks like you're moving through something and you're purifying. It just looks like you're going through maybe a rough, like, purifying energy, and it feels like maybe even chaotic and scary. But there's things and tools that you have available to you. Yeah. Maybe even watching the Aquarius reading from last week will help you in some way, because there's like themes coming through. And I talked about the primal scream a little bit more than in that video. So maybe that might be helpful. Obviously, that's up to you. But you have your own tools here. Kali Workshop, Kali Archetype, even I, Robot, Bicentennial Man, those two movies. The Frog, The Princess and the Frog. And Louisiana. I don't know what else this would be unless this is important for you in some way. But this movie right here, The Princess and the Frog, takes place in Louisiana, so maybe that is an important movie for you to watch. And in the last recording that I did, it was about learning how to become like a sidekick energy to people's life. And that's what I feel like I'm holding that space for you, kind of like a sidekick. And yeah, kind of like in that, yeah, kind of like a little, like a best friend, like a big brother to a little brother, or even if, you know, a little brother to a big brother, like whatever you're needing right now. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. We've had a lot of like intense readings coming through the last few days, and I introduced the Yu-Gi-Oh cards to like lighten it, but you do have a couple intense energies right here, even with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but then we have this really light and fun energy here. So anyways, and I successfully covered her up, I believe, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys there, Sagittarius, and I hope you find the things that you need. You have plenty of tools here. So all right.